Ustedes, Omine One, primeramente saludos y respetos going out to everyone. Check this one out. It's Friday night. We're right here chilling, you know, so I thought I'd make a quick little video for you guys. I don't know if I'm going to release it tonight or tomorrow. But anyways, look, everybody knows I'm from Oxnard, California. I'm from the subsection of El Rio. However, Oxnard has rappers, you know, that have been doing it for a very long time. If you may, it's Chicano rap. We don't really have nobody else except for Pat Anderson, if that's his name. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't really know that guy like that. But he came about way later. What I'm gonna talk about is most likely the foundation. However, I'm not exactly sure that was the exact foundation of Chicano rap in the city of Oxnard. I did my research, I asked a few people, and I came out with some intel. So I'm gonna let you know what I know. However, you're more than welcome to drop by on the comment section and let us know. If you know more, let us know. Facts with respect, let us know. So anyways, look, man, in the city of Oxnard, when I was growing up, I would say 98, I was going to Haydock Junior High. 97, I was still in the school district of El Rio, so it was the real school district, real Lindo, real Plaza. So in El Rio, we had a homeboy named Happy. And back then, like, maybe this is too old for some of you young cats, you know, but back then we had tapes. Everything was on a tape player, you know, so the homies would, I don't know exactly how they would record it, you know, but they had a tape. I don't know, they throw on a beat and start rapping on the karaoke machine. I don't know how they would do it, you know, but they had tapes. And the quality was horrible. However, we did have the homie Haps, you know, and he had a few good songs, you know, in the neighborhood. Everybody used to bump it, you know. I remember he had Haps in a rapping mood, chilling like a villain in the neighborhood, you know, and it just goes on and on. Later on, when I hit high school, he managed to get a CD out, and it was called, I don't know if the CD was called Maldito Ways, but he had a song called Maldito Love. And then he had a few other songs, you know, that were pretty cool. Came out on the radio, hooked up with the Pocos Pero Locos. And that was the homie representing for us, for El Rio. As far as the one that took it serious, you know, there was more, but he was the one that took it serious and, you know, try to do something with it. So aside from that, that's in El Rio. Now we go to the east side, or even to the central side where I was staying at. When I moved over there in 98, over there you had, I don't know exactly when they started, because they started way before, but they had the East Side Click. Everyone was talking about the East Side Click. So, you know, the East Side Click was Wada and Screamer. And then I recently found out that there was also Spantos. And the producer was Pokey. From my understanding, that's the setup they had, you know. So Brown Intentions, that was Down, and a guy named Robert, aka Two, rapping name was Two, T-O-O, Two. Maybe he was too strong, maybe he was too tall, or maybe he was too short, but he was too something. That was his name too, you know. So anyways, there was a group, right? And I personally never really heard about them. It doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't there, you know. But later on, I went to the Pinta, and I sailed up with one of my friends, one of the good homies from Colonia Nueve, and he had an East Side Click CD. And there was a group called Terminal Madness. Let me get it right. I'm gonna read it off the thing. It was boom. Terminal Madness, Locura Terminal, and they feature in a few songs. So I've heard the name, I just didn't want to get it mixed up, because I was gonna say Criminal Madness, so I had to read it, bro. Get you the right one, you know what I mean? So it's Terminal Madness. I heard them on a few features. I never really heard any of their solo CDs or nothing like that, but they were there. And apparently they made an impact because a lot of people know them, so I just can't leave them out, so it was Brown Intentions, which was Down in Two. Then you have East Side Click, which is Wada, Screamer, Spantos, and then Pokey. Then you have Terminal Madness, and there's a couple others that I didn't know about, but some of the older heads remember them. Plus, you gotta know too that there's different. I'm not gonna say a conflict of interest, right? Because I personally don't care about no gang boundaries or where you from. If you're my enemy, like I don't care about none of that because I grew up in the Pinta, So in the Pinta, we're all friends. No, we're all homies. No, so long as you're on our side, we all cool, So. But nevertheless, when I was growing up, it was like pretty hectic, as far as the gang rivalry and all that. So, if you're from a certain barrio, you're not gonna be listening to the rappers from another barrio, even though there's always that one kid or the other kid. Like me, myself, I was a curious kid, I want to know what they're saying. I want to know what the enemy's working with, So I used to listen to it, but, so you got, Camuflaje, Schizo, and Tank. That's Terminal Madness. And then there was Logic. And I heard he rapped over a Ramon Ayala beat. And there was as a matter of fact, I did an interview with Night Out, the rapper Night Out from San Diego, and he mentioned Montelongo. I didn't know who that was, but his name was Eddie Montelongo. So he went by Monteloco. Backyard Rangers, Earthquake Institute, and then Riggs Dog, LOC, Locked Out Criminals. Okay, so Riggs Dog was the Locked Out Criminals. Dips, Indio, and Shadow. Lil Cowboy were LOC. And that pretty much sums it up as for that side. But like I'm telling you, there was other rappers, because I remember hanging out with a good friend of mine back in those days. I was going to Hate Junior High School, and there was a good friend of mine named Little Bouncer from Surtown. He lived on Hill Street back in those days. I'm pretty sure he don't live there no more. And he had tapes like of his homeboys rapping. I don't remember exactly what their names were, and I don't think they made it any further than just the little tapes, And then in Squires, they had a homie named Chente. He used to flow, and later on Bandit, he did some music. Southside Oxnard had a few cassettes too. They had, I think, Gato, and if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Gato and Cyclone. I know they had some music back in the days. And then it goes on to the evolution of rap. Those were the older homies. That was like the first wave of rappers. The ones that got more known was East Side Click. They pretty much evolved into Most Wanted Familia, and they're pretty much still doing it to this day. Everyone else kind of fell off, but then the evolution came like this. The evolution, they were doing their thing, and then Blue, aka Lil Yogi from Surtown, he made a record label called Central Side Records. And it was, even though it was like from Oxnard people, like they went to like Wasco, Kern County, Tulare County, and it got pretty big over there. They did some good music, but it was originally people from Oxnard. It was Blue, and then so aside from that I could remember, like that was the only ones doing it. And maybe in the future we could really sit down. Maybe a few of us from different neighborhoods, or maybe if if people are still tripping on gang boundaries and whatnot, they could do one. And then whoever is still neutral, you know, we could do another one. But it's something good to know, you know. I wanna be able to sit down and watch a little documentary about the city, you know, the rappers, who made an impact, who didn't. But before I go to, I almost forgot, there was this homeboy named Mad Dog. I don't think he was from a barrio, but I know he grew up in Lemonwood. And I remember him, like, when I was younger, he was always rapping with, like, Little One, Shadow, and, like, all them dudes from San Diego, you know, like, he rapped with Conejo, and other people, you know, that were pretty famous at that time. So you can't leave him out, you know. Rest in peace. I heard he passed away, so R.I.P. And with that being said, the gangster music, the gangster generation came around, whatnot, and then it started dying down. But around 2005, 2006, 2005, around that time, I remember Biggie from the Colonias came out with Still Smashing. And then around 2010 or 11, they came out with him and Froggy came out with Flash the East Side. Around the same time, my homeboy Cholo came out with What Happens in the River. And that's a badass song right there. What Happens in the River. I like it, you know what I mean? So, and then the people that used to rap back then, you know, they had, every barrio had somebody doing something. You know, I know people had some in Ventura Avenue. Moore Park had Richie Loco. Fillmore had, I don't know if it was Panda and someone else, but they made a couple songs, you know, straight gangbanging, like gangbanging mentality and all that. And I'm pretty sure Santa Paula did too, you know. But so I'm leaving out a few people, you know, but it was probably because it'll be too long. Plus, this is not a documentary, you know what I mean? Just a quick little video, let you know what's going on, let you know how I seen it, how I remember it. Like I said, later on, you know, if someone comes by and feels like I forgot something, just go ahead and drop a comment, you know. Keep it respectful. There's no gang banging on net banging on here. Anybody does that is gonna get blocked. With that being said, that's all I could think of right now. But like I said, in the future, we could do a little better video, maybe a little documentary, and we're open for all that. Shout out to everyone I mentioned. Much respect to you, your loved ones, your hoods. Stay strong, stay positive, and it's all about you.